Remember the episode of Arthur? I know, hear me out. When he said having fun isn't hard when you've got a library card? He wasn't lying. Welcome back. It's our 10th episode. Very exciting. And as you know, for every 5th episode, we'll be doing a random topic, a random theme, a random thing. It's Physical Media March. You probably picked up on that by now, but it's my favorite time of the year. I love physical media, and that is what today's episode is all about. I figured we could talk about how important physical media is to me, and especially in this time, and why I personally collect it. First, we have to get to some news. This past weekend, Sinners had an incredible night at the Actor Awards. I couldn't be happier for the praise it's getting. I have said it before, so I will not harp on it again, but it really was, that movie to me is everything. It is a masterpiece. It will go down in history as film history. So other than that, Scary Movie 6 finally has a trailer. I haven't watched it yet as I'm filming this. I'm kind of toying with the idea of doing a trailer reaction, but we will see. That's a tomorrow problem. But I am trying to stay away from it until then. I've been kind of skipping every video that I see. But other than that, we finally saw the Bone Temple. You guys, I did not like any other film. I'll be honest. Did not like 28 Days, 28 Years, 28 Months, whatever. Didn't like any of those. I loved The Bone Temple. Something about the story, how it picked up immediately from where the last one left off, but you're with the Jimmies for the whole story. You're with Ray Fiennes' character. If you watch my horror channel, you know that I call him Ralph Fiennes. But anyways, it was just such a great story. I was captivated the whole time. My first 5-star film of the year. It was perfectly executed. And finally, in surprise news, Nicholas Winding Refn has a remake of Maniac Cop in the works. It's set to begin shooting this summer, and while I'm here, hey, Nick, well, you have the rights to Night Tide. Can you do something with it? Can you remake it? Can you please do something with Night Tide? Anyways, this week I wanted to talk about something incredibly important to me, physical media. If you follow me on any social platform, you know I am always yapping about the importance of physical media. In an era of streaming where rights are being given and taken left and right, it's important to know a movie that you're purchasing is yours to watch whenever you want and not in limbo on an app. Anyways, I am gearing up for a rant, so strap in. When I was a little girl, I was surrounded by physical media. My parents always had movies and DVDs and VHS tapes and CD. It was always important for us to always have physical media. When I was growing up, we always gave physical media to family members as gifts. It was a sign of showing that we know what your taste is. We know what you like. We always got my grandpa his B movies on DVD because he liked that sort of thing. It was always such an important thing surrounding my growing up years. But anyways, my dad had 2 best friends, both named Bob. They have both passed, but they were both the biggest physical media collectors I knew, and I treated them both like my own personal rental store. I would borrow music and movies from them, and having those physical things in my hands made me dream of having and building my own collection one day, things I wouldn't have to return to anybody. And in time, I inherited one of the Bob's collections after he passed, and I was so excited. I had everything that I had been eyeing while I was growing up. Everything was mine, and I was so excited to take care of them and love them and watch and listen and read and And then I became an addict, and now I'm 10 years clean now, thankfully, but this is still one of the hardest things that I've ever had to reconcile with. The person that I was in active addiction with convinced me to sell all of the things that I inherited, my coin collection, my prom dress, and even all of the physical media. I was devastated. One of the things that I'm still after is I had a special edition of Pink Floyd The Wall. It was live. It was full of photo cards and memories and it was just such a beautiful collector set. Anyways, it was all gone, and I am forever devastated. But once I finally got sober and got my bearings straight and got my things back in order and got a place to myself, I started collecting again. And that's when I started my horror channel. And 10 years later, thanks to my friends, my family, and all of the incredible humans that I've been able to meet online along the way, I've been able to little by little replace my collection, and then some. And I'm still missing some essential Pink Floyd albums. I'm still missing some core things that I had, but what I was able to amass in the past 10 years would make past me pass away. Every day I get to live in my own personal rental store, my own library. We started collecting every single physical media possible. Alex and I started collecting every single physical medium possible, from DVDs to Blu-rays, books to magazines, CDs to vinyls and tapes, cassettes to even more random things like laser discs and action figures. And we've now turned our apartment into a physical media sanctuary, and I feel like a piece of me is finally healed. I look forward to scouring thrift stores and record stores and all of the random places for the random books, the movies, the music that we can find. It's such a treat now, and something that I felt was taken from me. All of the things that I grew up with and finally got to own for a while. All of that, it's not replaceable, but I can replace them in a sense, if that makes any sense. But if collecting is not your thing, let me just go on a tangent here. Let me digress for a minute. I mentioned library cards at the beginning of this episode. Libraries have a vast selection of physical media for you to rent and enjoy, more than just books. You can get movies, graphic novels, video games, so much more, CDs, with just a library card. And with a library card, you can even use that to watch movies for free on streaming services like Canopy and Hoopla. Nothing is guaranteed when it comes to streaming nowadays. So instead of paying for any service, like, we personally only pay for Shudder. It is very important and imperative that we watch The Last Drive-In, but it is also affordable, and they have a really great selection of horror movies for a horror lover. But anyways, instead of paying an exorbitant amount for all of these stupid streaming services, use your free resources like Tubi and Plex and all of the random, I'm sure the Roku thing, there are so many things that have free movies and shows for you to watch and consume. Alex and I host a free movie marathon on Patreon every month. I'll leave it linked somewhere, but we pick a theme and just roll with it for the marathon. We just love movies and we love media, and we think that movies should be accessible for you to watch and enjoy. And before I go, I do have to say my favorite thing about collecting physical media is the organizing of it. I love alphabetizing. I love color coding. I love the subgenres of it all. I have all of my horror DVDs alphabetized. My non-horror DVDs are color coded. I have my steelbooks by themselves. My Blu-rays are by themselves. My tapes are lawless for now, but eventually I'll get there. I just love the curation of movies and the excitement of finding something that I don't have, or something that I did have and have to replace. I'm still on the hunt for Microwave Massacre, but one day I'll get it. There's a really cool Arrow copy of it at our local record store. It's $30, and I just I can't bring myself to spend it on Microwave Massacre. Like, if you've seen the movie, you know it's not great. But also, I mentioned in my last physical media haul on my horror channel that allegedly, it takes 1,000 books to have a personal library. That is my goal in life. I love the feeling of being surrounded by books and knowledge, and I'm so excited to put more shelves up so we can get more books. I want that. I have that goal by the time I'm like 50, okay? That gives me 18 years. I want my 1,000 books. But in saying all of that, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for listening, and thank you so much for being weird. I'll talk to you in the next video. In the next episode, I should say. Sayonara, suckers.